Hey man, this is not a game. This is really what's happening right now. I want y'all to take a quick look at this. Or now being, how can we say, saved? We don't even understand that. Yeah, these are not abductions. These are rescues. To be honest, this Earth is hell. This is we live in a physical realm of hell, man. And for those that want to say that's fake, check this out, okay? It's unbelievable. Observe. Slowly, boom. Beam shoots down. Ah, come on. I can't wait, really. Wait, no, so hold on. Something is shot down. So we sent, I think it's a swap. Oh, I think it was a swap, guys. Yeah, I think they swapped. I don't know. I don't know if these guys are friends or foes. You know, there's a lot of bad guys out here. What do you think? Leave thoughts in the comments.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. I'm like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is the Akim Mahaloya coming back with another lesson, Lord, will be edifying. Now, I take no credit for this video. I don't know if it's real. According to the guy that's commentating on the video, he specified that it is real. Now, I don't know where he got the video from, but you can look it up, whatever you may be. But regardless whether it's real or not, we do understand that the chariots do exist. They come in multiple shapes, forms, and fashions, and on top of that, they do have these capabilities. When you go into when Paul stated that we should be changed in the twinkling of an eye, and also when the scripture said to come up hither, my people. That's talking about our salvation being delivered into the chariots. And we do know the chariots can shoot laser beams, and we do know that they have this particular technology or this capability, which is called a tractor beam, okay, which is basically a form of energy or a light that can move objects or that can illuminate objects, okay, and even shoot lasers, okay. So according to this video, this is how the elect is going to be delivered out of Babylon. Okay, now what he's beaming up, we don't know. Okay, I can't see it. Like I said, I don't know if the video is real. I don't know if it's Photoshop. But Esau do have footage of chariots. Okay, and the technology that he described these things, once he declassified them, he stated that these chariots are thousands of light years in advanced technology ahead of our own. Okay, meaning that they have more, they're fairly more equipped than the U.S. military or any militaries around the world. And this is a proverbial threat for Esau. You see, and this is our force. This is our protection. This is our army. This is our heavenly force here. Okay, even if this is not a real video, the fact that the chariots, they can do just this and much more. Okay, and Esau knows, like he came out with a video a couple of weeks ago, how he shot down 4 or 5 objects over Babylon, balloons, and he shot down a couple of UFOs, like on some Area 51 madness. That's madness and that's folly. We know without a reasonable doubt you can't shoot down the chariots because, for one thing, you've admitted yourself with your declassified information that the chariots are 1,000 years, light years ahead of you. And the crazy part about it is that they're all around. Okay, they've already invaded the Babylonian air, or the airspace of Babylon the Great, which is America. And basically they're just waiting on the beck and call and the order from the Most High to move on your society, because this, right along with the nuclear missiles, are going to be an aid in destroying this place and getting the elect out of Babylon and different parts of the world. Okay, I know brothers speculated. I think I heard one of the elder brothers speculated, even though we teach that we're going to be beamed up in one ship, But then again, I heard also that you got shuttle ships, which can take us to the big ship. Okay, which, you know, I mean, common sense, because the scripture said that the elect should be beamed from the four winds. So it makes sense that these smaller ships can beam us up and take us to the Father ship. But from my understanding of that, according to the scriptures, it say all eyes shall see him. And basically this chariot is going to be so huge to the point that, I mean, it won't be no need to shuttle us to the big ship. But then again, you know that Yahushua is going to come with war. Okay, so while the smaller chariots are beaming us up, it can take us to the Father ship, which, you know, just my understanding my understanding and reasoning of the scriptures. When Yahushua touches down in the Middle East, you're going to very well see that chariot on the side of this world. Okay, the scriptures refer to it as a mountain. Okay, so, hey, man, it's going to get real. It's going to get very strange out here, like that show called Stranger Things. Hey, don't be surprised, man, when these things start popping up in its true form. Like I tell brothers all the time, man, hey, it's going to be more than just a light. Okay, like those orbs we see like those particular orbs, they come and they go and they disappear. Nah. It's going to be, we're going to see the real deal Holyfield, so to speak. And it's going to get real out here to the point that you people, you're going to really be shitting your pants because you ain't expect to see anything like this. Okay, though you've heard about it, but you've never seen certain people have, but you've never actually seen a chariot up and live and personal in action. Like when we went to see that movie Nope last year. Got mixed reviews. Me personally, I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoy Jordan Peele's horror movies. But just watching that movie, it was very, very ominous. It was very I won't say disturbing, but it was very ominous. It was very creepy because this was a fourth dimensional being, okay? And it was just, I can't describe it, but it was very ominous, very sinister type. And when these vehicles pop up within this realm, then you're going to know how real it's going to be, man, okay? Because like I said, man, Esau, he can't do anything with this technology. So whether this is a video game or whether it's fake or not, the fact about it is the chariots can do just this. All right, and Esau's proved that. So anyway, let's get that in 2 Kings 6, because the thing of it is too, brothers, you know, the Lord, he has us. He has our best interests. Okay, don't feel like the Lord doesn't have our best interests because we may seem outnumbered. Like when you go into the story of King David being put to flight by his enemies, okay, because of his grave sins against the Most High. Basically, man, David felt outnumbered. You know, he felt pushed into a corner, but the Lord told him, like, look, man, I'm your refuge. I'm going to fight for you. Because when you think about Esau's army, like one statement, I went into it yesterday. A video came out that the beloved brother and myself did, I want to say last year sometime, about this technology, about Boston Dynamics and the Matrix and the Sentinels, on how they have these drone robots, these drones, okay, in the form of human hybrids. They're like androids. Like if you watch DBZ, you had androids 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, it was more than androids 17 and 18. I think it started like at 13 and it went up. But basically those androids came in the form of human hybrids, and they had supernatural powers. They was able to fly. They was able to read power levels, and they were stronger than any other human. Okay, the average human couldn't do anything with the android, but the Saiyans was able to overcome and destroy them. But that's the point. He stated they have over billions of sentinels and they lie in wait for Christian blood. Now, when you think of billions of people, you think of the population times two, right? Because if you have over 8 billion people on the planet, and Esau stated that he has billions of these sentinels walking around here, whether they underground or they're cloaking and hiding in plain sight, they're following us, getting information on us. You think that times 144,000. We seem to be pretty outnumbered, but see, what you don't understand is the fact that we're going to get an enhanced power. Okay, we're going to get a spiritual power that no man has ever seen. Okay, we're going to get spiritual power. We're going to do greater works than what Yahushua did when he walked the planet Earth, man. Okay, and that's not to say that we're more powerful or that we have better abilities. No, Yahushua got he's the Goku. You know what I'm saying? But he did say that greater works we shall do because he go to his Father. So we're going to do extravagant works, man. Okay, physically, spiritually, mentally. And on top of that, the chariots are with us, man. You know, brothers may be running from martial law and a lynch mob. It may be 300-400 people on your heels, man. And the Lord may not give you the power to defend yourself, but you running and all of a sudden you get called it a dead end. And you don't know, a chariot could come out the blue and create you an opening, or a chariot can take you and cloak you and take you to a different province. Same thing when the angel teleported Habakkuk to Babylon. I believe where Daniel was in the lion's den. Habakkuk was like, I've never seen Babylon before. And he grabbed him by the locks and he teleported him, man. He said, I don't know how the hell I got it. I don't know how it happened. I just woke up and he was like, I was in Babylon. He said, I've never seen it. I've never even smelled Babylon. But you see, the angels, they do things. They can do things, man. So we ain't really got nothing to worry about. Esau can come kicking in doors with his Gestapo troops and all that other madness. He could do what he wants to do, but it's not going to prevail against the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's a fact. Okay. So this is the book of 2 Kings 6. And I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses 13. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told to him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he hither horses and chariots and a great horse. And they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, alas, my master, how shall we do? Because we were surrounded, man. Okay, when you're surrounded by the fort, by the enemy, like the scripture said, the enemy should come in as a flood, then the Lord should lift up a standard against him. See, Elijah knew through the spirit that the Lord was with him. Okay, Elisha was his understudy, and he wasn't built up in the faith like Elijah did. But also, he prayed for a double portion of Elijah's spirit. So Elijah had to go and get taken up by the chariot. Okay, basically, he had to get translated because the earthly body that he had wasn't able to go up into the chariot. So he had to shed and get that new body when he went up there. Lord took him. Okay, but basically, he prayed for a double portion of the spirit. And then when he had to leave, that's when Elisha got the faith, greater faith. And it says here, he said, Master, how shall we do? And he answered, he said, fear not. It says, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes, and a young man, oh shit, Salakia, I got it mixed up. Not Elijah, Elisha, Salakia. It says, and I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes, and the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, because I believe this is after the time Elijah had got taken. But even then, when Elijah got taken up into the chariots, Elisha said he rent his clothes. Basically, he mourned because he was like, oh shit, the man of the Lord was taken from me. But after that, Elisha was built up in the spirit and had understudies and men under him. That's why it says Elisha prayed, and this is when he was built up in the faith. It says, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, and that's the point. The chariots were there. Okay, and it says here, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the words of Elisha. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city, but follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. Okay, but the point about it is, it'd be more with us than with them. Yep, and it says, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Okay, so that's the point I wanted to make, Salakia. So that's the point I wanted to make, man. The chariots are around us, our help is here. The Lord ain't just gonna let us get picked off in a corner like that, man. Okay, that's for, look, the times we coming in is for the wickedness of our people. It's for the evil of our people, the 2/3. This time we coming into, brothers, man, yeah, we're going to go through our stuff. We're going to, catch hell. But that's just a testing of our faith. But the most part, these Jakes and these Edomites and these other nations, they're going to catch the most hell out here. Okay, this Jacob's trouble is not for our demise, you see, because there's going to be so much going on to the point that Esau's going to have his hands full on all sides. So the prophets, though they're going to detain some of us are going to be put to death. But for the majority part, man, we're going to be straight. And I really believe that. Okay. So this is the book of Isaiah 66. And I'm going to start at verses 15. It says here, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Okay. And you see here, basically a laser is concentrated fire. Okay. It's fire that's concentrated. So like if you throw in lightning bolts versus, let's just say you got like a fire type prototype, and then you got a lightning prototype. Lightning is fire, just more concentrated. Okay. Which is in fact deadlier. Okay, because you see the shit the lightning strike can do. Now, both of them are deadly in their respective means, but lightning is a little bit more deadlier than just a flame, because the lightning, that's a precise strike. The flame, you can dodge it, so to speak, but a lightning strike, that shit is precise, man. You know what I'm saying? When it hit, boom, like I didn't heard like seen lightning strikes. I didn't seen like sonic booms like totally illuminate the whole sky, and I feel like the fucking building was coming down. Sometimes, like around this time, springtime whatsoever, when the storm clouds gather with, a lot of times those be chariots. Storm clouds gather together, man, and you hear boom, shake everything. That's a precise strike there, So, yeah, man, this it's going to get real. But it says, behold, he will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. The chariots are what Esau ignorantly calls UFOs or IFOs or UAPs, unidentified area phenomena. He changes the name because he's not going to come out and say these are the chariots of God or the chariots of Israel. He's not going to say that because he's a demon. Okay, he wants to debunk what Yahweh Shai has set up for righteousness. Okay, then it reads here, it says, for by fire and the sword would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord should be many. Okay, because a lot of people are going to die from these plagues. Okay, these chariot strikes. Okay, the chariots are going to help to put an end to Babylon the Great. Because, according to Genesis, the 19th chapter, when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, the Lord rained down fire and brimstone from heaven. The chariots, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Lord could have used meteors and all that stuff, but it makes sense that those were the chariots that the Lord was using to pretty much destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And people say, well, why would the Lord need to use missiles in order to destroy Babylon? Well, because you got to understand, the Most High is going to let Esau destroy himself. Okay, so he's giving the man the technology to destroy himself, so therefore the missiles. And on top of that, that just add the insult to injury, because you got the missiles and you got the chariots. Like missiles alone could wipe this place out, but the Lord gonna add extra flavor. He's gonna add the cherry on top with the damn with the missiles, man. Okay. Let's go here. And this is an article I've been sitting on for a long time. I never really read it, but it says UFOs can actually be alien technology from a parallel universe. Which I could probably go into this another time. But I've been sitting on this article for some months, but I never really went into it. I'm backlogged when it comes to lessons, man. I mean, I got shit bagged up, man. I had more than this. But basically, these are certain things that I really wanted to get into. And it was way more than this, but I'm backlogged 18 shows, through the spirit. And they come out when they need to. But you would never do enough. But this is 2nd Esdras 13:1. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the ways thereof. And this is talking about the heavens. Okay, the Mayim, Shemayim, the heavens, the waters. Okay, it's classified as the waters as well. It says, and behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And the thousands of heaven are these particular chariots here, the angels, because they ride in these particular vehicles. Okay, which the angels, they can literally manifest themselves as the ships, because basically the scriptures tell you in Ezekiel, wherever the spirit go, the chariot was to go. So when we get our powers and we're able to embody our ships, basically it's going to be a form of us. It's going to be like an extra exoskeleton. Like we can become, like literally the ship is going to be predicated on your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say if you wanted to go to the farthest place of the galaxy, you just autopilot in your mind and you just go and you chill. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to manually drive your ship. It's going to drive based on your thoughts. Okay? Because in the kingdom, we're going to deal with telekinesis. We're going to deal with being able to read the mind. That's why Yahweh Shai said he was able to read their thoughts. And he got wroth with a lot of them because of their thought process. And they didn't believe in the miracles and they were scoffing and talking shit. So Yahweh Shai had to telepathy power, so to speak. He can read your mind, and we're going to get that power. I believe we're going to get that power on this side because in certain cases, you can read people's thoughts, man. You know, and we've displayed spiritual power physically on a smaller side. Like, you know, I can be thinking some of my brothers thinking the same exact thing. You know, so you can't put nothing past the spirit. It just when we fully tap into this, the Holy Spirit, and it's going to be a wrap because we're going to do it just like unconscious. It's going to be like just easily do it. Just like getting up in the morning or going to take a, you know, or whatever, you know. I believe it's going to be like that, but, you know, we have to unlock that through the Spirit. The Lord has to turn it up, and he's getting ready to turn it up because Esau is getting ready to turn up. And it says, and whosoever, it says, thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him, meaning they was afraid. Because when you see something like this, that's literally bigger than the earth itself, you're going to bug the hell out. All right, this is not normal compared to this third dimensional life we live. Like, this is something of a fourth dimension. This is otherworldly. Okay, that's the beauty of the power of the Lord, man. And it says here, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. Okay, now look at this. Look at these beams here. Besides beaming up, those going to be used as, those are laser weapons. You know what type of damage that can do? You get hit. Look, watch the movie The World of Worlds. Okay, with Tom Cruise, man, the modern day one. Literally, he was walking next, dude literally got poofed to smoke, man. And he had dust and stuff on him, man, because the charity says who should not utterly be beaten into powder at the presence of the Lord. So yeah, man, Esau, you in trouble, bro. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number of the four winds of heaven, to subdue the men that came out of the sea. The sea is talking about the sky in this instance. But behold, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And it considered the sea, because when you go into the book of Genesis, the first chapter, when it says that the Most High separated the waters from the waters, the Shemayim, the heavens, he separated the waters above from the waters beneath. And if you pay attention to the sky, it represents, it's a different form of water vapor, meaning like you have what they call I mean, you got the liquid form of H2O, but you got, you know, as far as the kind of, like we're in the waters now, we're actually breathing in it, you know, you get the air, you got the vapors and so forth. And Esau's even discovered evidence of waters in outer space, man. So you can really believe that. That's why a lot of times when you look at the sky, it resembles the ocean, because it's considered it's considered the sea. Like if you got a blue sky, then 9 times out of 10, the ocean is going to resemble what the sky looks like. The waters above and the waters beneath. Okay, outer space is just a different form of the waters. Okay, not being liquefied, but it's still the same concept, because when you go to outer space, it's like equivalent to going underneath the ocean. Okay, the particles and so forth and the elements are so thin to the point you can barely breathe. This is why a lot of times astronauts, when they do their spacewalks, they train underwater. Okay, like when you look at a scuba diving suit and you look at an astronaut suit, it's similar. But see, when they do the spacewalks, they have to train underwater because it's the same element, so to speak. Just one is more water vapor, and then one is more of just more it's on the tip of my tongue. But basically, it's not a physical form of water, but it's the same concept. But in order to do spacewalks, you have to train underneath. You have to train in the water for it. Same concept. Makes sense now. I'm like, oh shit, that make a lot of sense. But but it says, but behold, now lo, and he graved himself a great mountain, which is the chariot, and he flew upon it. But I've seen the region out of the place where the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him that was so afraid, and yet does fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he casted out sparks in tempest, those laser beams. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon the sudden of innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. That's that World of War scene when dude got turned into powder. It says, when I saw this, I was afraid, man. So yeah, man, this thing is getting ready to blow over. Like I said, getting ready to see strange things happening, man. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. All praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball. Shalom.